Good evening and welcome to Radio Guy Online Evening News. My name is Adelaide Ofeobobisa, and in the headlines, John Pilot drowns in Ofen River. Achim Sakawa, we can't be banned from Achim town, says Mahama. 10 dead, over 80 injured as cargo truck crashes into two buses at Chichire. Baumia holds talks with Bill Gates on polio immunization. Please respect our privacy. Family of slain pastor's wife appeals. Bill Gates lauds Ghana for exemplary leadership. In international news, heaviest rains in 100 years affect 500,000 in Ethiopia. Return from the Black Stars, Reverend Osei Kofu tells Asamoah Gyan. Don't join a man in his house without your parents' blessing, Michi advises. And to the main stories. A John Pilot working under the Sustainable Land and Water Management Program with the Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology and Innovation in the Ashanti region has drowned in the Ofen River. Isaac Ofosu died while the anti-legal small-scale mining task force was chasing after illegal miners on the Ofen River at Dumkwal in the Ashanti region. Sources say he died in the process of saving a team member from drowning. Although he was successful in his attempts to save his colleague, Isaac himself was unable to make it out of the water. The team has been fighting illegal mining under the watch of the ministry for some time now. The incident has been reported to the Dumkwal police, who are currently investigating the matter. Meanwhile, his body, which is reported to have been retrieved hours after the incident, has been deposited at the morgue. Into a second story. Former President of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, says no one can ban him from Achim towns because of Achim Sakawa post on Facebook. A group calling itself the Concerned Citizens of Ochimans asked the NDC flag bearer to apologize for sharing a post on his page that describes the Achim people as Sakawa. But the former president, in an interview on Accra-based Class FM, insisted that he shared a write-up by an MP he believed was making co-agent arguments with regards to the stinking Ijapa deal. According to him, he sees nothing wrong with the post and therefore insists that he has not abused any ethnic group to be banned from entering their towns. Meanwhile, the National Democratic Congress MP for the Odo constituency has insisted that the NDC flag bearer will not apologize for posting an article that shared co-agent argument on a deal government was using to rob the country. And to a third story, two buses carrying passengers is said to have been involved in a horrific accident on the Chichire community stretch of the Accra-Kumasi Highway in the eastern region. From a report, at least 10 passengers have lost their lives, with over 80 others said to have sustained severe injuries in the early hours of Tuesday morning, September 15, 2020. According to an eyewitness, a DAF cargo truck believed to be heading towards Kumasi direction to Burkina Faso burst a tire, causing the driver to lose control of the vehicle. The witness claimed the driver veered off his lane and collided with the two buses fully loaded with passengers from Kumasi heading towards Accra. It is however unknown if there are further casualties or sustained injuries. Personnel from the Ghana Police Service, Ambulance, and National Disaster Management Organization were at the scene to rescue the victims in Sawam and Suhum government hospitals, while the deceased were conveyed to the morgue. The buses involved in the accidents are an STC bus with registration number GE8131116 and another bus with registration number GT477499720. The Accra-Kumasi Highway has been a hotspot for accidents, with a lot of citizens worried about the poor nature of the road and poor lighting, especially at night. And to our fourth story, Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia on Monday, September 14, 2020, held discussions via Zoom with Microsoft founder Bill Gates on Ghana's progress on immunization against the new circulating vaccine, derived poliovirus type 2. The discussions, according to Dr. Bawumia, also centered around the lessons from Ghana's polio response to COVID-19 and the country's digitization strategy. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation have, over the years, taken it upon themselves to immunize children across the globe to eradicate polio. Ghana had been polio-free for over a decade, until recently, where some few cases have been recorded. Health professionals are currently visiting homes, immunizing children below 5 to return the country back to its polio-free status. And to our fifth story, the family of Barbara Tomei, a 27-year-old Ghanaian lady who was shot to death by her husband in the US, has appealed to the public to cut down on the excessive commentary that has been generated since the fatal incident. The pastor, Sylvester Fori, also a Ghanaian, shot Barbara in the head multiple times outside a credit union just before 9 a.m. on Tuesday, September 8, 2020. Police say the couple was divorcing and estranged. The story has since grabbed news headlines in Ghana and ignited fierce social media commentary, but the family of Barbara Tomei wants the public cut back on these media commentaries. And to business, American business magnate and co-founder of Microsoft, William Henry Gates, popularly known as Bill Gates, has lauded Ghana for showing exemplary leadership and making strides on several fronts. Mr. Gates made the remarks when Vice President Mahamudu Bawumia held a meeting with him via Zoom to discuss 3 pertinent issues affecting Ghana. They discussed Ghana's progress on immunization against the new circulating vaccine-derived polio virus type 2, the lessons from Ghana's policy response to COVID-19 pandemic, and Ghana's digitization strategy. And international news, more than 500,000 people have been affected by severe flooding in Ethiopia, with some places recording the heaviest rains in a century. The Minister of Water and Irrigation, Seleshi Beleke, has said about 200,000 have been left homeless by the floods, which have swept through at least 5 of Ethiopia's 10 regions, he added. The floods have killed livestock, destroyed crops, and damaged homes and public infrastructure to an extent not seen in decades. As the situation worsened in recent days, the government has started helicopter missions to provide relief to the worst-affected areas. Neighboring Sudan has also been hit by severe flooding. It has been caused by higher than usual seasonal rains, and the levels of the river now have been at their highest century. And to sports, former Black Stars forward Reverend Osei Kofi believes Asamoah Gyan must bid farewell to the national team in order to maintain his reputation and achievement for the country. The Asante Kotoko legend insists that with Gyan's achievement for the country, he must save his name by taking a bow from the national team. The 33-year-old struggled to return to the Black Stars after the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations in Egypt. Prior to the 2019 AFCON, Asamoah Gyan was stripped of his captaincy by Kwesi Appiah when Andre Ayew was named as the substantive skipper. Sika Kono, who is now the head coach of the senior national team, Black Stars, have maintained Andre Ayew as the captain of the team, with Thomas Partey and Richard Ofori as deputy captains. This has called for doubts on the future of Gyan in the Black Stars. In spite of that, Reverend Osei Kofi has encouraged Asamoah Gyan to retire from national duties. And to entertainment, baby mama of Shatawale, Michi, has advised young ladies to never move in with a man without the blessings of their parents. Currently, there's a worrying trend of women moving in to stay with their boyfriends, although they are not married. This worrying trend has left a number of ladies being used and dumped by these men who have already had their way with them. Speaking to Emilia Bobe in an interview, Michi indicated that her mother was against her joining Shatawale and his showbiz, but as a young girl, she wanted to explore, hence her decision to join the musician. She advised that as a young lady, it's always imperative to ensure that your parents bless you before you move out, because blessing will lead your path to greatness. And this ends Radio Guy Online Evening News. But before we take leave of you, a recap of the headlines. Drone pilot drowns in Ofin River. Achim Sakawa, we can't be banned from Achim town, says Mahama. 10 dead, over 80 injured as cargo truck crashes in 2 buses at Chichire. Baumia holds talks with Bill Gates on polio immunization. Please respect our privacy. Family of slain pastor's wife appeals. Bill Gates lauds Ghana for exemplary leadership. And international news, heaviest rains in 100 years affect 500,000 people in Ethiopia. Retire from the Black Stars, Reverend Osai Kofi tells Asamoah. And entertainment news, don't join a man in his house without your parents' blessing. Michi advises. My name is Adelaide Ofel Bobisa. Have a good evening and please enjoy the rest of our programs.